Yo Awal, hope you're having a great day. In this video, I'm going to reveal exactly how you can get your songs on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, and all digital stores for absolutely free. Now, there are three important reasons why you want to do this. First reason is you can earn money from people listening to your music, kind of like how YouTube offers AdSense for people watching your videos. Although I don't think you're getting any of Spotify and them man's ad money, because I know they do run ads on Spotify, but you're getting paid royalties on streams in it. So I believe like every 1,000 streams you get paid a certain amount, but my account ain't really over that right about now, because I'm just putting stuff up and building my catalog. So I'll have more to go into that, like in further details in later videos. Second big important reason to do this is you can grow your fan base by having your music discovered on these digital platforms, like the streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, and that sort of stuff. Because I go on Spotify and I find artists that I've never listened to before via Spotify's suggestions, sometimes via the radio thing, which I think is the suggestions, and they do playlists as well, so your music can get picked up in a playlist which then gets put out to like a bunch of people who follow that playlist and all that sort of stuff. And of course, people might just be searching for a certain type of song and they might come across your song if your song's named the same thing as something else, you know, that sort of thing can happen. So that's a good place to actually grow your fan base at the same time as making money, basically. Now, the third important reason why you want to do this is because it makes it easy for fans to find your music and listen to your music. You really don't want to make it hard for your fans to listen to your music. Like, you want it to be wherever they want to listen to it. For example, I listen to all my music on Spotify. If I wanted to listen to your song, I would want it to be on Spotify, basically. So like having your own website and having maybe a Bandcamp or something is cool, but if you really want to get grand reach and you want as many people to listen to your music as possible without making them jump through hoops, then this is the way to go. If you make people jump through hoops and you make it difficult for people to listen to your music, some of those people, a percentage of those people definitely are going to be like, no, I just can't be bothered to do that. And you're just going to have less people listening to your stuff. So you don't want to make it difficult for people to listen to your stuff. You want to make it as easy as possible. You want to make your music available and on as many platforms as possible. And this will be useful to both artists and producers. So keep that in mind. If you're a producer, you might want to start uploading your beats to Spotify and that sort of stuff as well. And if you're an artist, obviously you want to do that. So my question of the day is, what are you planning to release? Are you planning to release a single, an EP, an album, beats, or a beat tape? Let me know. And if you're wondering who I am, I'm Jay Carteret from jcarteret.com, teaching you how to be better at music, marketing, and online business. And this is the #1 spot for musicians and creators that don't want to be starving artists. So if that sounds like you might want to click the subscribe button and check out the rest of the content on the channel, because you will absolutely love it. Now let's get into how to get this stuff done. Now I've got two main ways for you to upload your music for absolutely free and get on all these platforms, and then I've got three other ways which are paid ways that I want to talk about to give you some insight into how that works and some warnings about those platforms, because there are some things that I've seen about them and heard about them and seen things happen that I want to warn you on. So make sure you stick through to the end, because that's going to be some important information. Now basically, to get your songs on Spotify and iTunes and Apple Music and all that sort of stuff, you need a digital distributor. So I'm gonna walk you through my digital distributor, the one that I use. I've been using it for, I don't know, like many years now. I've just been uploading singles here and there, and I do it for absolutely free. I don't pay them anything. So, you know, I'm going to show you how that works. Let me bring their website up. The first distributor we're going to be looking at is Awal. Now this is their uploader, but let me bring you to their website. Now the thing about Awal is it stands, let me explain it. It's an imprint of a label called Cobalt in the UK. Awal stands for Artists Without a Label. It's basically their digital platform where they allow you to upload your stuff, but you do have to submit your music and be accepted in order to actually be on this label. Now they've got a bunch of stuff here that say that has more information on the different types of things that they'll do when you get to different stages in your career, but really you probably just want to get your music out there at this point. And in order to do that, you need to submit your music. You can click here and see what their A&Rs are looking for. They're probably looking for originality. That's probably what they'll say. Quality, there you go. Fan engagement, if you got some fans, then they'll probably let you join. Breaking through the noise, so there you go. You have to, what does that say? With Spotify, it can be challenging for new artists to break through the noise. The artists we look to partner with. Okay, so the type of people who are trying to, basically you got good marketing and you can generate buzz, a supportive team, a strong brand. I don't know how easy or hard it's going to be for you to apply to this, so that's why I've got a second option as well, which is something that I used years ago. I'm unsure if I went all the way to submit a single and get it on Spotify and that sort of stuff, but I do know that I was trying to use that at the time, and it does have a free option, absolutely free, where you can upload your songs, and it basically has the same deal as Awal. So I'm going to show you that after, but this is what I'm using now. When I did originally submit to Awal, I don't think I've had much going on at all. I didn't have like as many subscribers as I have now and all that sort of stuff, so that wouldn't have been something that I brought to the table. So don't worry about that if you're small. Basically, if you make good music, they'll allow you, and if you seem like you are on this thing, they'll probably let you in. Just try and submit and see what happens. Basically, I don't know if it's got stricter now and that they actually want you to be doing good stuff. I do believe I had a good brand though, but I definitely didn't have a team or any, I don't think I had any press coverage the first time I signed up to them, so keep that in mind. But basically how it works, let me bring up the FAQ because that's a better thing. Basically, when you sign up to Awal, I believe you create a label, and then you're able to, or maybe you don't have to create a label, I don't remember, but I created a label. Let me just walk through my process in it because that will just make more sense and easier for me to communicate to you. So I created a label, JC Empire, and basically I just releases under that label. So when you upload your songs to Awal, they will put it on all the digital stores like Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, all that sort of stuff, and they'll do it worldwide. You can restrict them to just specific countries if that's what you want to do. It's a 30-day rolling term, which means you can just give them 30 days notice and say, I don't want to be in this contract anymore, allow it, I want to go somewhere else. You can also, basically they take 15% of the revenue that they collect for you. So they're going to take 15% of your royalties, but they don't charge you up front. It's basically a business arrangement like that. You can do a customized thing if you want to do that, but that's a more in-depth advanced thing, and I doubt you want to be doing that if you're just trying to release your first song. Also, in addition to them uploading your content to Spotify and all that sort of stuff, they do go out and collect your music money from YouTube. So if someone is re-uploading your songs and whatnot, they'll fling a copyright claim and claim the money, and you can make money off that as well. So if you're a producer and you're looking into trying to make some money off all those free beats you gave away, then you might want to look into something that does this, or a label that does this. I like using Awal because it just works in with everything else that I'm doing, but I did look into some other options, but they were all paid. I didn't see any free ones. Awal honestly seemed to have the best deal in town. So Let me quickly walk you through the uploader, how it works. You submit in a release. There's a few things that you need before you're even going to release a song. So let me walk you through those things you need so you have those prepared. The things you'll need is a WAV of the mastered version of the song. You need the artwork. You need your producer and songwriter details. You need your lyrics sheet if you want to upload lyrics, which you probably should. I didn't upload lyrics for my latest song, but you probably should. And you need a release date. You need to know when you want to put it out. Once you've got all those things, you can then come into starting to create your new release. Now, I'll probably do a full walkthrough of Awal at some point. Okay, it's probably signed me out. Give me a sec. So when you create a new release, you basically just enter the information. I don't need to walk you through this whole thing because it's just gonna take longer than it needs to be. You enter your information, you drop cover art. It needs to be 3000 by 3000 pixels. You upload the audio files, you set the release information, the track information, the release plan is basically the date, and then you review the release. Bob your uncle, you're off to the races. So that's how that works. Very, very straightforward. Next up, oh yeah, I also wanted to quickly talk a little bit about Awal's customer service so you have a little bit more in-depth knowledge about them. Now, the customer service is actually very good. They get back to you and you're able to have a conversation. I did have a problem. The only problems I've had with them so far is they won't let you use search friendly titles because it's like that are too generic. They want you to just use artistic titles and all that sort of stuff. So when I wanted to upload a beat tape called like free ambient trap beats, they didn't allow that. I had to switch it up and do something else. So that's a little bit annoying, but apparently that's iTunes' restriction, so there you go. Other than that, which I had to resubmit my thing a few times to get it right, the only problem I've had with them is they were claiming my music on my YouTube channel and they didn't want to whitelist my YouTube channel because I had gaming content on there. It was silly. I had to send them multiple emails to explain the situation and be like, yo, I'm making music now, I'm making music content, let me use my music on my own channel. It's silly that I'm getting copyright claims and I would have to email them every time I get a claim and say, yo, release the claim, which they released the claim like really quickly, but that's really annoying. And I was getting like 4 claims in a week because I got my music all over my channel. So it's like this is my music, because you don't have to deal with this and add extra work to myself, if you get what I'm saying. So the thing that happened next is I was able to persuade them around to it, and then they eventually just whitelisted my channel again. I was like, okay, like it was whitelisted before and then they changed the system and then it wasn't whitelisted, and it was like, no, we're not gonna whitelist it. And then I persuaded them around to it and they whitelisted it, and now everything's fine. So all the problems that I've had with them have basically been sorted out, and the customer service has been like, they've done enough to make me want to be on Awal and make me want to recommend it to you. So apply, hopefully you get in. Let me know if you did in the comment section down below. Let me know if you didn't, and let me know like your details, like your social details, like your YouTube following, Twitter following, that sort of stuff, and what things you've checked off this list of when it says what they look for in an artist, basically, so I can kind of see where it's at, because obviously I can't resubmit in it. So let me know your experiences with that. Now the next distributor we got, number 2, is Rootnote. Now Rootnote is something that I found after doing hella research in probably like 2012 or something. I think I was like 16 or something. I'm like 26 now, so that's 10 years ago. 2008, wow, it really was them ones. So maybe around 2000 no, we're not in 2018. What I'm on about, we're in 2020. So yeah, 2010. So basically I found Rootnote after just looking into distributors and doing the deep research, and I believe I signed up and I got in there and all that sort of stuff, but it looked like they had set up in 2005 or something. Like, it just looked bare old school, innit? When I was trying to upload things, it just wasn't looking clean, but maybe they've updated it since. I haven't used it, so I can't really speak on that. But what I do know is they've got a totally free plan that allows you to basically upload your songs, and they only take 15% of it, and you can upload albums, you get a UPC code and all that sort of stuff. And Awal does this as well, just so you know. So it's basically the same deal. And if you don't want to give them 15% anymore, then you can upgrade your yearly payment to $30 for the first year and upgrade to premium basically, and then you don't have to pay them any percentage. So, you know, that's how you do that. But what I do want to say is, if you're just starting out and you're like, you have no one checking for you, you got no fans basically, you're just starting out, you're just starting to make music, then just give them 15%. Like, you're not gonna be making a bunch of money or anything. There's no need for you to be spending money that you don't have. When you start making money off music, like if you make $30 on this plan, then buy the premium with that $30. There you go, you've made money off music, you've reinvested it, now you got all the percentage basically. That's when you should upgrade to that next level. But if you ain't making any money, there's no point trying to hold on to 100% of nothing. Sorry, I just hit that thing. There's no point trying to hold on to 100% of nothing. It sounded smoother the first time I said it, but you know, my ring had to hit the table, my bad. So Rootnote is number 2. This is what I suggest because it's the only one that I know of that's like absolutely free. You may be able to do some more research, but maybe you did the research and you found this video. In that case, apply for Awal and check out Rootnote. Next up, we have the 3 other paid services. Now, these services, let's talk about them. First of all, there's DistroKid. I've heard some things about DistroKid. This is probably a service that you've heard of. I've heard that they have hidden costs. I believe I've looked into it and I've seen that they're pricing. Like, first of all, it says pay only $19.99 to upload unlimited albums and songs for a year. But I believe that they charge you for like the UPC code and small things like that. So they double up on their money that way. I'm unsure if it's DistroKid or if it's TuneCore that does that. Like, TuneCore's outer as well. They're offering you, you know, no, their distribution deal is really bad. It's like $20.99 for an album, $9.99 for a single, $19.99. Who's doing ringtones? $9.99 for a single. Let's just stay over here. So basically, to me, this says as long as my single is up, I need to pay $10 admin fee to keep it up, when they're not doing any administrative work to keep that up. Like, they just submit it and then it's there. So why am I paying $9.99 forever until the end of time? Basically, that's what that's looking like to me, and that's just a bad deal. That's a bad deal. With all the other services out here, I don't know why you'd go with TuneCore. Back in the day, I was gonna go with TuneCore because they had like some Def Jam integration. So if you submitted through TuneCore, it would basically say you was on Def Jam records. But then I realized how useless that is, and I was like, what's the point of that? Like, that's not really gonna help me, is it? That's just me paying for something for no good reason, like paying to buy into someone's brand. So I would not suggest TuneCore just because of this pricing and what it's saying to me. Like, that is mad. Like, maybe they're saying it's $9.99 to just upload singles, but I don't think that's what it is. Yeah, look, it's 1 credit. And what you got to renew it. Oh my god, it's exactly what I thought it was. Stay away from it. Doesn't make any business sense. It doesn't make any business sense. You're just going to be paying them indefinitely for no good reason until you move to somewhere else. And like, getting in with that, the prices are just going to keep on going up, and then you're going to have to move to somewhere else, and it's just going to be long, like moving everything. Like, you don't want to do that. You want to pick one thing and stay there. So DistroKid, I swear they got hidden costs, like the UPC codes and that sort of stuff. Not 100% sure on it though. You can check it out, but if they do have those hidden costs, then I'd stay away from that, because obviously it's going to be more expensive than they're trying to advertise it as. So let me go to our last one over here, which is Ditto, which is a distributor that we have in the UK. It's based in the UK, I believe. So basically they target a lot to UK artists and whatnot, and a lot of big UK artists do use Ditto. So through that, and through that branding, and through that connection, they're gonna get a lot of the people with interest in using this platform, because they see other people use it and they see other people get success, and now they think, oh, maybe I can get success because I'm using the same platform. That's not the way it works, by the way, but I just want to give you some warnings, because I've seen some things and I've heard some things. Okay, so we got to talk about it. Now, first of all, let's look at what they're offering you. They're saying release unlimited music for just £19 a year, which isn't too bad. Honestly, that's not too bad for one artist. You just release all your music like unlimited for the year and you pay £19. That's okay. All right, that's not bad at all, to be honest, as a deal. The bad thing is the reviews and what people say about Ditto and the customer service that I've heard about Ditto. Like, I think I made some note. Did I make some notes about what I heard about Ditto? Basically, I've seen reviews on YouTube of people talking about Ditto, saying that their releases have been taken down out of nowhere, and then they've emailed them and then haven't got anything back, and then they've tweeted them and then been blocked and haven't been replied to, or have been replied to and told to wait for it or to submit an email ticket, and then, you know, after being frustrated with that, they've been blocked, and then, you know, all their releases are just not up anymore, and now they've had to go over to another distributor and deal with all this long stuff. And I've seen people that I know, like people who I follow personally, people who I talk to, have their releases delayed. Or I've seen one person have their, let me not say people, I've seen one person have his release delayed when he submitted it like 4 months early. Like, it's just wild. So I've seen stuff like that, and I've seen, you know, countless negative reviews on YouTube and whatnot, and countless negative feedback from people online saying how they've had terrible experiences, or they heard that people have had terrible experiences and that the customer service is bad. So on that basis alone, I'm very wary about using this service. Although the pricing looks intriguing, like it looks good, and the branding looks good, and they've got, you know, good affiliations because of all that bad press, like bad, not even press, just bad feedback from real customers. It's very difficult for me to even think about using them. So if you're thinking about using them, keep that in mind. Check out the reviews, look around. But as I said, the free ones, Awal and Rootnote, I'll probably put links to all of these in the description down below. But that is how you get your music uploaded to Spotify and Apple Music and all the digital streaming softwares for absolutely free. Just, you know, sign up to Awal, submit your music, or to awal.com, or sign up to Rootnote, who doesn't have a submission process as far as I know. But, you know, there are other ones that paid services that you can check out if you want to, although there are some warnings about those. Now, since you're still here, I've got a gift for you. All you need to do is click on the link in the description or go to jcarteray.com/free beats. When you go there, you will get 5 of my best beats for absolutely free. Just follow the instructions on the page and you can use those beats, you can monetize them, you can upload the songs that you make on these beats to Spotify and Apple Music and all that sort of stuff. So you definitely should download those beats ASAP if you want to start making money from your music. Now, if you got any other questions or any other tutorials you want me to make, please leave those in the comment section down below. In the next video, you'll learn more about music, online business, and online marketing. So I'll see you then. Peace out.